Hey guys, what is going on? So I just want to give some updates regarding my strength numbers as of recent because those have been going up as well as my overall weight has been going up. So I'll just kind of recap everything that has happened. Now, I do have all of these videos of these PRs, which have been pretty frequent recently. I have videos of all of them on my Instagram. I post them as they happen, but this is just kind of a recap of everything that's happened over the past few weeks. But basically, my last video when I was talking about hitting a PR, it was a AMRAP PR or volume PR. So I did 315 for a set of 8. That was an all-time PR. In my previous bulk, I was able to get it for 7. So 8 was a PR. Pretty recently, I hit it for 10. So I added 2 more reps on top of that PR. And I was actually able to hit, I think like last week, 335 for a set of 8. So what a few weeks ago was my AMRAP for 315 is now my AMRAP for 335. So obviously a lot of this is due to overall just focusing more on strength training as I've shifted to strength training from bodybuilding. The first couple months of my bulk were entirely bodybuilding and I wasn't even doing bench press. So I talk about this all the time. Adding size and adding strength are not always, completely linear, and that's not how I train. I usually like to focus on one or the other. So focusing on strength training has been beneficial. Obviously, adding that turkesterone in the past week could potentially have aided in, being able to bench a little bit more. But a lot of these, if you notice, are, more volume PRs because I find that with Ecdysterone, it increases my endurance a bit, kind of like how creatine works for me as well. Turkesterone, in my experience, has helped me be a little bit stronger. So obviously on my last time I hit a PR and last time I was bulking, I was seeing strength increases when I wasn't even really focusing on it all that much in the bulk. And then when I cut, as I was able to cut weight down and just add more strength training type of volume, then I was able to hit a 375 bench at a lower body weight. So as I'm ramping that strength back up, I started off below 300. I'm slowly working my way up 300s. And I'm hoping that at some point here, I'll be able to bench 405. I don't know if it's in the cards, at this current second, but I think as I've been ramping up the weights and as that progress has been very fast, hopefully it does happen here pretty soon. But my overall goal is to just get that by the end of the year. Hopefully that is achievable. My weight right now is 239, so that is actually 1 pound more than I finished my last bulk on. Obviously, I've added some lean mass since then, so I'm a leaner 239 than I was at like 238. I would say my face and just overall like my midsection and stuff are leaner. And so I don't have a huge reason to cut right now, but if I do end up cutting, it'll probably just be like a mini cut for a few weeks just to shed off a little bit of body fat. But I think that considering how well the bulk has been going as of recent, I would much rather just continue the bulk and see what happens. I think being in a caloric surplus is going to put yourself in the optimal position to gain size and strength. So obviously that's what I want. In terms of my dosages and stuff like that, I get asked this every single video. I've been taking 3 Ecdysterone this entire bulk. It has not changed at all. The only thing is that I changed brand. So obviously as I switched from huge supplements to Intelligent Elephant, I saw quite a big bump, but I've been taking 3 the entire time. I take them 1 at a time, spaced out throughout the day. I'm just going to keep saying this because that is a question I get more than anything else. So there's that. And then I added Turkesterone on top of that 1 week ago. So I've been on Turk for 1 week and I think it's been going pretty well. I don't know if this recent, PR that I hit had anything to do with Turk or it's just ramping the weights up. But for me, Turkesterone seems to have a bit more of a strength response and Ecdysterone seems to be a bit more of an endurance response. So I might, do this for a while, and then I'm planning to maybe towards the end of the year, in the last, several weeks, transition into just pure Turk and maybe go back to 6 caps a day, see what happens there. Obviously, I'd have to get some more Turk, so I'd have to inquire about that. But that is what I'm planning to do, just because I think my body, even though Ecdysterone, as far as bang for your buck, 3 capsules seems to do, well, I didn't see any results on 4 capsules of Turk. So 3 capsules of Ecdy, in my experience, is definitely better than 4 capsules of Turk. But that being said, I think Turk, as I've been saying this whole time, has a higher ceiling. And I think overall my body responded better to Turk. But when I'm doing both, when I'm stacking them, it seems like I can get more benefit out of, just 3 caps of Turk as opposed to needing like 6. So just still experimenting, still figuring things out. even somebody like myself who has been going on and off with this stuff for like the last year almost, I still don't know everything with my own body, so I can't really recommend things. For you guys, I think it just comes down to experimenting, figuring out if Ecdy works for you, if Turk works for you, stacking them, different dosage. Recommendations I can't really give, but you just have to experiment at the end of the day. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. I'll keep you updated, and I'll talk to you soon.